Hello, how are you? Welcome to Sweet and Artisan. This time we will prepare a cheesecake with a caramelized walnut topping. I invite you to subscribe to our channel as Sweet and Artisan MX here on YouTube and to visit us on our social media Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. And also if you want to get these and other recipes that we have already published on our channel and on our website, go and visit us at craftinggeek.me to sweetandcrafty.com. I invite you to stay and watch this recipe. On this occasion, for our cheese and walnut pie, we're going to need 3 parts for the ingredients. For the base of our pie, we will need 400 grams of vanilla cookies, 150 grams of butter. We're going to melt it in the microwave now. And 4 tablespoons of sugar. This is for the base of our bread. For the filling, we will need 2 bars or 380 grams of cream cheese like Philadelphia, 300 grams of sour cream that we use in our savory preparations, 1 3/4 ounces of flour, 7 ounces of regular sugar, 5 eggs, and a tablespoon of vanilla. Here I have 2, because we're also going to need to caramelize our nuts, which will be the topping for our cheesecake, pie or cheesecake and nut tart. We're going to need 3.5 ounces of muscovado sugar, 5 1/4 ounces of chopped nuts, 1 3/4 ounces of butter, the spoonful of vanilla I have over here, and 1/3 of a cup of whipping cream or heavy cream. Let's get started. Right now, I'm almost done crushing all my cookies to form the base of the pie. We can take this to a blender or a processor or in a resealable bag with a rolling pin or something we can hit it with. To form this little powder that we need, let's go with the last part of cookies. And we're back. Here I have my cookies very well crushed. I'm going to add sugar because my cookies, they are not very sweet. In fact, they have a very neutral taste. Only vanilla flavor predominates. And I will add the melted butter. I'm going to mix it perfectly well. This has to become like a dough since we are going to transfer it to our mold. And we're going to line the bottom, the lower part of our mold, so it can hold our cheesecake or pie. Cheese and nuts, I'll tell you what comes next. Let's empty all our butter and sugar cookies. Here in the pan, in my case, I have a spring foam pan for pies or tarts, but its diameter is quite wide. That's why I need this amount of cookies. If you had a mold with less space, all you have to do is reduce the amounts. At first it seems like a lot of ingredients, but as you will see, they are not that many. Gradually we'll make progress in the recipe and you'll see how there aren't as many. They seemed like a lot at first about mentioning the ingredients, but no, they are not that many. We are going to keep this very compact because we're going to bake it at 350 degrees for just 10 minutes so that the batter solidifies together with the biscuit, forming a little crust. Very crunchy, but we're not going to cook it longer because when the filling we're going to add to this tart or pie is ready, let's put it back in the oven. So with 10 minutes, just so that the crispy crust of the traditional pie forms. Cheesecake. Walnut, here I am, as you can see, helping myself with a spatula and perfectly compacting the entire surface to take it to the oven. Right now, I already have my crust well compacted, and I'm going to bake it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for just 10 minutes to form the crunchy crust that we need. While our crust is baking, like sour cream, it should be somewhat thick in consistency since it's what will also give body to our cheesecake or pie. Let's thoroughly empty all the ingredients required by the recipe. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Sweet and Artisan MX here on YouTube, and also follow us on our social media: Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Here's some Chesse. Here you can leave your comments on what more you would like to see on this channel. You can also visit our website www.dulceartesano.com, where we have these and other recipes already published, where you can just click and it takes you to the link to print them. Okay, let's cream this first and then we'll be back. When we see that the cream and cream cheese are well integrated, we're going to add the sugar and the samansa, and again we will beat perfectly well until the sugar is fully integrated. At this moment I am going to add the vanilla, and we're going to integrate the eggs one by one. Here I have them already cracked. To ensure they were in good condition, I'm going to turn it up a bit. I'm increasing the speed of my mixer until I see there are no traces of the other egg. Then I'll add the next one, and so on until we finish with the 5 eggs. We give it 1 to 2 minutes of mixing, and we are going to finish the mix by integrating the 50 grams of flour. Finally, we are going to add the 50 grams of flour. This won't give us a pie consistency since the amount is very small. Apology, cake, because the amount is so small. We just wanted to solidify our cheesecake's consistency perfectly. Popular casas tamisanin seiyama. We are going to beat until smooth for another 2 minutes, and with this we finish the filling part. 10 minutes have passed since our toast went into the oven. We are going to take it out. Let it cool down before adding the filling and put it back in the oven. Okay, here we already have the coast of Kai. It cooled down a bit, and we will let the cheesecake mixture fall onto a spatula so it doesn't bear the full weight to the base, and don't deform it. This has to be gentle, slow. Anasami sana sika. And asiento manasane sami sanita. I am going to empty up to there to level off and see how much more mixture I need with the same spatula. As samia on cream, I'm going to mix in very gentle motions. Remember, this has egg and it will rise, so we can't fill it to the top. I have a feeling I'm going to make another perfect cheesecake for the... You will like these tasty preparations. That's where I'll leave it because it's still going to puff up a bit, and it has a topping of caramelized nuts. Let's take it to the oven now. A very good time, which is between 40 and 50 minutes, to see how long this will take to be well cooked. And meanwhile, we're going to make the caramelized nuts topping. Here is our cheesecake already. On the cookie base we baked earlier, I'll take it between 40 and 50 minutes, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll tell you how many eternals in a moment. We're going to make the caramelized nuts that will be the topping for our cheesecake or pie, or cheesecake and nut pie. Here I have a pan already preheated on medium-low heat. Let's melt the butter. Also to take the nutmeg, as I always tell you, it clumps up, it's genuine. If it doesn't clump together, it's just dyed brown. Here, let's go make some candy without letting it burn. That's why the heat is on medium-low with the nuts. Vanilla, this doesn't take long. This process is fast. Let's let all the nuts soak in perfectly well with the caramel. The muscovado sugar caramelizes all our preparations very well. Besides being used in recipes like sponge cakes, breads, pastries, a very good moisture content so they don't dry out. The chocolate cakes turn out perfectly well moisturized with a nutmeg or with muscovado sugar. Well caramelized. Up to there, we're going to pour in the heavy cream or whipping cream. The one we get in the supermarket refrigeration area is 1/3 of a cup of measuring rate. I don't like giving the ingredients in cup portions because sometimes we don't have a measuring cup and we grab a cup with which we serve our hot drinks or preparations like coffee or tea. And all the cups have different measures. Those who don't have a measuring cup will end up having a portion more of the ingredients. That's why to me, I like to give them in grams since we depend on this for our preparation to turn out well. In many homes, a scale is not available. Well, this one, also without a measuring cup, but it's easier to get at the corner store. Ask our grocer to weigh our ingredients. To avoid a cup confusion, if there's no measuring cup, we can grab a coffee cup, and not all of them are the same size. As you see, it's making a very nice caramel. We're going to let it thicken a bit, about 1 or 2 minutes, and we're going to let this mixture sit. Let it cool down a bit before pouring it over our dish that's about to come out of the oven. 45 minutes have passed since our cheesecake went into the oven and it's ready. As you can see, the top is very nicely browned. I'm going to take it out of the oven very carefully. I'll let it cool down a bit before pouring the caramelized nuts topping on it. Be right back. Here we have our cheesecake ready to receive the caramelized nuts topping, and which we're going to let fall very carefully. And this will give it a touch. This preparation is really good. We are going to cool it down for 2 hours. And the topping solidifies really well since it's caramel. It will take on a consistency during which it will adhere very well to the surface of our cheesecake. Let's try to spread it evenly over the surface. Since it's caramel, it cools down very fast. We'll try to do it quickly but very gently to not ruin the base of our cheesecake, that these preparations are delicate. We spread it evenly across the entire surface. And right now I'll tell you how it turned out. This is how our surface ended up well covered with the caramelized nut. We put it in the refrigerator for 2 hours until this thickened up and set the caramel just right. And then we can place it on a surface to present it. After perfectly chilling the cheesecake, it's time to cut it and see how it turned out. Remember, which helps us a lot, if you subscribe to our sweet and artisanal channel MX here on YouTube. So they can also come over and visit us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Please visit our website, www.dulceartesano.com. Let's start well. This cheesecake, as the bottom crust turned out perfectly well browned. We are struggling a bit, but nothing that a good knife can't handle. And we've already managed to get the slice out. Just like that. How our cheesecake with caramelized nut topping turns out. Do not forget to subscribe. See you next time. Thank you.